Assumption Truth the effortless way. Man's chief mistake is his conviction that there are causes other than his own state of mind. All that happens to a man, all that is done by him, all that comes from him, happens as a result of his state of mind. A man's mind is all that he thinks, desires and loves, all that he believes is true and consents to. That is why a change of mind is necessary before you can change your outer world. Rain falls as a result of a change in the temperature in the higher regions of the atmosphere, so, in like manner, a change of circumstance happens as a result of a change in your state of mind. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good, and acceptable, and perfect will of God. Romans 12:2. To be transformed, the whole basis of your thoughts must change. But your thoughts cannot change unless you have new ideas, for you think from your ideas. All transformation begins with an intense, burning desire to be transformed. The first step in the renewing of the mind is desire. You must want to be different, and intend to be, before you can begin to change yourself. Then you can make your dreams a present reality. You do this by believing and feeling that your wish is fulfilled. By desiring to be other than what you are, you can create an ideal of the person you want to be and assume that you are already that person. If this belief is persisted in until it becomes your dominant feeling, the attainment of your ideal is unstoppable. The ideal you hope to achieve is always ready for a manifestation, but unless you yourself offer it human place of origin, it is incapable of birth. Therefore, your attitude should be one in which, having desired to express a higher state, you alone accept the responsibility of externalizing this new and greater value of yourself. In giving birth to your ideal, you must bear in mind that the methods of mental and spiritual knowledge are entirely different. This is a point that is truly understood by probably not more than one person in a million. You know a thing mentally by looking at it from the outside, by comparing it with other things, by analyzing it and defining if, by thinking of it, considering that. You can know a thing spiritually only by becoming it, only by thinking from it. You must be the thing itself and not simply talk about it or look at it. So you, in becoming a new person, must be willing to die to your present self. You must be conscious of being healthy if you are to know what health is. You must be conscious of being secure if you are to know what security is. Therefore, to manifest a new and greater value of yourself, you must assume that you already are what you want to be, and then live by faith in this assumption, which is not yet materialized in the body of your life, in confidence that this new value or state of mind will become materialized through your absolute faithfulness to the assumption that you are that which you desire to be. This is what wholeness means, what integrity means. They mean submission of the whole self to the feeling of the wish fulfilled, in certainty that that new state of mind is the renewing of mind which transforms. There is no order in nature corresponding to this willing submission of the self to the ideal beyond the self. You are not going to grow into it, you must make it happen. Therefore, it is the extreme of ridiculousness to expect the manifestation of a new and greater concept of self to come about by natural life-changing process. That which requires a state of mind to produce its effect obviously cannot be effected without such a state of mind, and in your ability to assume the feeling of a greater life, to assume a new concept of yourself, you possess what the rest of nature does not possess: imagination, the instrument by which you create your world. Your imagination is the instrument, the means, whereby your deliverance from slavery, sickness, and poverty is effected. If you refuse to assume the responsibility of the manifestation of a new and higher concept of yourself, then you reject the means, the only means, whereby your redemption, that is, the realization of your ideal, can be accomplished. Imagination is the only liberating power in the universe. However, your nature is such that it is voluntary to you whether you remain in your present concept of yourself, an individual longing for freedom, health, and security, or choose to become the channel of your own redemption, imagining yourself as that which you want to be, and thereby satisfying your hunger and liberating yourself. Peace. Truth sets you free. The drama of life is a spiritual one in which all the conditions, circumstances, and events of your life are brought to pass by your beliefs. Matthew 8:13. Since your life is determined by your beliefs, you are forced to recognize the fact that you are either a slave to your beliefs, or their master. To become the master of your beliefs is the key to undreamed of freedom and happiness. You can attain this ability by intentional willful control of your imagination. You determine your beliefs in this way: form a mental image, a picture of the state desired, of the person you want to be. Concentrate your attention upon the feeling that you are already that person. First, visualize the picture in your mind. Then feel yourself to be in that state as though it actually formed your surrounding world. By your imagination, that which was a plain mental image is changed into a believably solid reality. The great secret is a controlled imagination and a well-sustained attention firmly and repeatedly focused on the object to be accomplished. It cannot be stressed too much that, by creating an ideal within your mental world, by assuming that you are already that ideal, you identify yourself with it and thereby transform yourself into its image, thinking from the ideal instead of thinking of the ideal. Every state is already there as mere possibilities as long as we think of them, but as overpoweringly real when we think from them. This was called by the ancient teachers subjection to the will of God, or resting in the Lord, and the only true test of resting in the Lord is that all who do rest are in due time transformed into the image of that in which they rest, thinking from the wish fulfilled. You become according to your non-resistant will, and your non-resistant will is your concept of yourself and all that you consent to and accept as true. You, assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled and continuing therein, take upon yourself the results of that state. When you understand the liberating function of imagination, you hold in your hands the key to the solution of all your problems. Every phase of your life is made by the exercise of your imagination. Determined imagination alone is a means of your progress, of the fulfilling of your dreams. It is the beginning and end of all creating. The great secret is a controlled imagination and a well-sustained attention firmly and repeatedly focused on the feeling of the wish fulfilled until it fills the mind and crowds all other ideas out. What greater gifts could be given you than to be told the truth that will set you free? The truth that sets you free is that you can experience in imagination what you desire to experience in reality, and by maintaining this experience in imagination, your desire will become a reality. You are limited only by your out-of-control imagination and lack of attention to the feeling of your wish fulfilled. When the imagination is not controlled and the attention not steadied on the feeling of the wish fulfilled, then no amount of prayer, piety or intercession will produce the desired effect. When you can call up at will whatsoever image you please, when the forms of your imagination are as clear to you as the forms of nature, you are master of your fate. You must stop spending your thoughts, your time and your money. Everything in life must be an investment. Peace. Effortless way. The principle of least action governs everything in physics, from the path of a planet to the path of a pulse of light. Least action is the minimum of energy, multiplied by the minimum of time. Therefore, in moving from your present state to the state desired, you must use the minimum of energy and take the shortest possible time. Your journey from one state of mind to another is a spiritual one, so, to make the journey, you must employ the spiritual equivalent of least action, and the spiritual equivalent is simply believe. The day you fully realize the power of belief, you discover that it works in complete harmony with this principle. It works by means of attention, minus effort. Thereby, with minimum action, through a belief, You hurry without impatience and reach your goal without effort. Because creation is finished, what you desire already exists. It is excluded from view because you can see only the contents of your own mind. It is the function of belief to call back the excluded view and restore full vision. It is not the world but your beliefs that change. Unbelief brings the invisible into sight. It is nothing more or less than seeing with the eye of God, in other words, imagination. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth, for man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. 1 Samuel 16:7. The future becomes the present when you imagine that you already are what you will be when your belief is fulfilled. Be still, least action, and know that you are that which you desire to be. The end of longing should be being. Translate your dream into being. Endless construction of future states without the mind of already being them, that is, picturing your desire without actually believing the feeling of the wish fulfilled, is the mistake and mirage of mankind. It is simply idle daydreaming. The heart/spirit is the primary organ of sense, that being so the first cause of experience. When you look on the heart/spirit you are looking at your beliefs. Beliefs determine what you will experience. Watch your beliefs with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. Beliefs have the power to become tangible realization. Every event in the visible world is the result of a belief or idea in the invisible world. The present moment is all important, for it is only in the present moment that your beliefs can be controlled. The future must become the present in your mind if you would be successful. Peace.